It's another hot sunny day. They're saying we might get some rain, but it doesn't look like anytime soon. So I am now watering the plants. I gave them a real heavy watering yesterday, and you can see it all got soaked up. And I did a lot of trimming on them, so they should start getting another growth spurt, because what happens when you let them get bushy, well, then all that nutrients is going into all these leaves and not into the fruit. You can see I've already got some fruit there starting to be produced. So I'm going to give them a decent watering, and I kick in loose dirt. I kind of fill in the cracks in the ground. That just happened naturally. Black dirt, got clay underneath it, so it's going to crack up. I got some cilantro there that I'm just going to let grow, and then it should grow itself. Come back up next year after it goes to seed. I'm going to let it go to seed. Not really worried about harvesting any of it. So basically, see how you got those cracks there? What I like to do is kick some of the loose dirt in there, and then that fills those cracks up. Another nice sunny day. We are going to go watch the band, and then come home, probably, eat, nap, and then go to work. So vacation time is almost over, but until I become independently wealthy, I like that word. It has a nice ring to it. One of these days, maybe. But until then, it's I owe, it's off to work to go. Now, watching my videos and liking and sharing does help me out, and I do appreciate it, especially with the group that are really always doing it. Michael and Christopher, and Mark and Kevin and Larry, and I think I have a second Mark out there, and Miss Worm's now come back in. If you want to listen to some well narrated spooky stories, then check out Miss Worm and her channel. She has an awesome narrative voice. If I ever do want to have a biography done, I want her to narrate it. Maybe I'll have her start at one, see what the going rate is. But I love listening to her stories. She has that perfect narration voice, in my opinion. And if you listen to her, I think you would agree. Michael at the Body Beatdown, younger man than me, but still in his 50s. Does fantastic lifting, works out harder than I do, and deals with shoulder pains and works right through it, and deals with other things and just works right through it, and definitely has motivated me to stay on top of my game, and it's even got me to go for walks and things like that. So the Body Beatdown would another be one I would go watch. Last Chance Knives or LCK Fitness, same guy, another silver senior citizen like myself, that's working out all the time. Good channel. Old School Fitness, he's just south of me, about an hour and a half, I think, pretty much right around my age, and he does really good exercises, and very motivating. And it's motivating not just our senior citizens, but it's motivating for the young kids too, to let them know that you don't have to be in a hurry to get in your heyday in your 20s, because my heyday is when I was 60 years old. That's when I put up the most weight, which was 480 in the gym and 446.4, or 202.5 kilos in competition. So it's never too late. See, I'm making a lot of progress on the water, and put a little bit more hose out this time. So I'm pretty sure these are the bell peppers, and those are jalapenos. The bell peppers are doing better, surprisingly, because jalapenos is kind of like a desert plant. It's supposed to be able to deal with the heat better. I do think I have something eating on them, so I might have to put a camera out here and then be ready to do some thinning out. I still need to do some more weeding, but I did knock out the lion's share of it. You know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I'm out here getting some rays in. The sun is very beneficial to you. Just don't overdo it. We had someone went in the pool for 7 hours. And what you gotta realize in the pool is that the sun is reflecting back up from the water. So it's hitting areas that it usually wouldn't hit if you were just walking out on land. A lot of times that's when you get burns on your stomach and underneath your chest. Because the sun is hitting a new area and that skin's like, hey, wait a minute. I don't have any protection built up. What you doing? Stop it. So hopefully we'll get a good rain. Every time I get a good rain, I'm usually good for 2 days and not hitting the water or anything. And of course, rain does more benefits than the hose will ever do. Now, if I were to do like always do fertilizer, which I tend to stay away from, I kind of let it, I'll kick more dirt in the cracks. I kind of let it do by throwing the eggshells in the coffee grounds and vegetable bits in the soil and let it get rejuvenated naturally. And I don't overplant the garden. You can see I have a lot of space in between the plants. A lot of times, and I've done it before, I've just planted stuff way too close together. Now granted, the first year you'll initially get a huge crop, but then the next 2 years it definitely was suffering. Actually, I moved my garden because of that. Got to the place where the foxtail grasses got in so thick that it made it untillable damn near. And some, people saying, well, hit it with a herbicide. I said, well, I'm kind of against that. So I don't use herbicides. All right. I use pull the weeds and try to rototill it often to keep the dew growth down. To me, I just think herbicides they're poisons. If they can kill a plant, they're probably not doing much benefit to my system either. And it's hard to kind of stay away from them. They're utilized a lot. Use them all the time. Now I do keep them from using Roundup on my property. So they do plant here. I tell them there's certain things you can't use. And I mean, is it going to decrease their production? Yeah, it is, but I don't want stuff getting into my well. That's one of those little written rules I have. But yeah, I only planted about half of the garden. And I mean, a lot of times you got to look at it realistically and say, comes to a point where I'm going to grow what I know I'm going to eat. I'm just kicking more dirt over in the cracked areas. And as much as I'm willing to water. Now, I didn't plant any zucchini this year. I could still do it. They do ripen rather quickly. And it still might happen. I'm not sure. And literally one plant would do it. I've already harvested all the potatoes. And that's something I'd like to do more of. They grow okay in the bucket. They did a better job in the grow bags. But once again, you're spending a lot of time watering. And I just have to kind of look, do I have that time? Because I'm working 2 jobs. I'm doing my YouTube, doing my lifting, and then trying to get stuff done in the house, and then go out and have a good time. All those are important, and I place their importance on them differently. So I got I got 4 healthy jalapeno plants, and then I got this one, which still might pull through. But I think something's eating it, and I gotta find out what. So here I added dirt where the tomato is. And I'm gonna hit these pretty heavy. This tomatoes are watered pretty heavy because of all the trimming I did. By 2 weeks, you'll never even know I trimmed them. I was over at my buddy's house, and where he planted them in a raised bed, it just looked like one huge bush. You can tell, yeah, something's eating the leaves. I gotta find out what it is. Could be a rabbit, could be a skunk. Skunks usually dig up the roots, so I'm not thinking it's a skunk or a raccoon. I think it's probably a rabbit, and I just might have to thin them out. Or one of the days build a fence around it, but I got better things to spend my money on. So that was the work in the garden. I get really, really, really motivated, I'll fire up the rototiller, but I'd rather wait for it to rain again, because right now I'll just lose a lot of topsoil doing that. But I got the yard mowed, pretty much all of it. All of it I was, really needed to get to right away. And this is going to be saving up money for doing the roof and the siding. I don't know why they said the roof ain't bad. I should argue with them with that, but I got to get the front and back sided. So, and probably do new windows when I do that. So, this fall will be a lot of construction time. But hey, in 2 weeks, I will be in Dubuque, Iowa at the UPA Iron Battle on the Mississippi. And it's a qualifier for the Arnold. So what do you do when you have a qualifier? You open up real light. Because the worst thing you can do on a qualifier is try to open up too heavy and miss all 3 lifts. There's no reason to lift heavy on the first lift. You just want to get in the game. That's for the second and third lifts. So remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration. Just get in the gym and lift. Just go outside and play.